Yo, what's going on? Doing another little backyard video. I did not hear about the editing competition yet, but I did hear from a 50-year-old white woman responding to my political beliefs, and I thought it'd be funny to react to it. I'm feeling kind of sick today, which has got me like, cause I've been walking around with no mask for a long time, and now I woke up and a little bit of phlegm in my throat. So we'll see if I got the COVID. I don't want to get tested. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. Was it smart? No. Did it happen? Yeah. Whatever. Let me watch this white lady get mad at me. Yeah, alright, so to give you context, I uploaded it on my main channel, Sneako, yesterday. I posted a video saying that I think you're kind of a bum if you invest yourself too much into politics because it's a losing game. It's like gambling and then you don't win anything. Look, if politicians only care about money, then maybe you should only care about money. Stop looking at them for moral guidance because they're not going to give it. They only care about furthering themselves and helping their own family, and they're corrupt. I mean, I'm corrupt too. I care more about myself than I care about you. Why would I care about you? I don't know you. Of course I'm gonna like try to get as much money as I can and try to do the best things in my life because it's my life. This is all I'm responsible for. I'm not even mad that politicians are corrupt. I just accepted it. Like, why are you still getting mad at Trump saying racist shit every week? You know that this is what he's like.
If you're American, Trump didn't change a lot of your day-to-day life, unless you're a Mexican kid in a cage right now on the border. But
I already posted that clip on Twitter. I was dying last night, bro. I was dying laughing. I saw her, like, because when I was editing that, I'm like, should I put that in with the Wolves song by Kanye West, and should I really put that over a picture of kids in cages? And I'm just like, I was laughing so hard editing that, like, and imagining a woman exactly like her having that reaction, and she did. I was crying.
My son just showed me your video, and I think you did a terrific job. I'm also a Bernie fan, by the way, so I appreciate that you understand the politics that Bernie espouses. And
she seems like a nice lady. Like, she seems like a teacher that is actually there to teach kids. She's like a lady at Whole Foods, or like what do you call those vegan ass liberal what do you call them? Farmers market. Yeah, she's a farmers market lady.
What I just wanted to share with you was the bit where you had your opinion about how people should not vote for Biden and the Harris team.
What's funny, because like she only responded to my social commentary at the end. Like, I had 2 minutes where I'm talking about the election, and the first like 6 minutes of the video is just like a party vlog for the most part. It's people celebrating in Washington Square Park, and then me going to an after party in a rooftop, and then I end up at like some bougie fucking hotel party where all the girls are like in lingerie, and I'm there with my Nike Tech on. She said the video was terrific. Like, I don't understand what part she thought was terrific, because she does not seem like she'd be the one like who's hype about seeing Spider-Cuz in a vlog. It's crazy the power the internet has, that she would find my videos.
Because according to you, you feel they are losers and that America hasn't changed since Trump became president. And if we looked out our window, we wouldn't notice any change at all if we weren't an immigrant or a Latino person, or I guess I have to... What?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're wrong on that. Even if you are an immigrant or a Latino person or a person of color, like, I'm a minority. I'm a POC. I'm a POC, and I'm sitting outside my window right now. I'm in the backyard. I don't hear nobody talking about Trump. I don't see any Trump around me. No Trump hotel, no Trump sign. There's no kids in cages. There's no racism. There's no nothing. It's a normal fucking day and the sun's shining.
alright, so I just wanted to record this quick to give you my thoughts on the election, because people ask about, like, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the election? What's your thoughts? Here's what I think. If you voted for Biden, you're kind of a bum. If you voted for Trump, you're also kind of a bum. If you're too invested in this election, if you're too invested into American politics at any point, you're a loser, because you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
How can you be a loser if you're too invested in the politics here? You seem to have been invested in the politics enough to go out with your video camera, and I'm sure you spent a lot of time editing and going over it all, interviewing people. But to say that we're a loser, to say that Biden's a bum.
Okay, one, I didn't say Biden is a bum. What I'm saying, like, you're a loser if you support these people like they're your champion. if you believe that any politician is there for you, and you invest and you attach your moral compass and the way you're talking right now, you attach emotion to these people, you're a loser. And capitalism is a game. Money, all this shit is living in America is kind of like a video game. Trump is the high scorer. He's at the top. Whether you like it or not, it's not a question of whether it's good or bad. You should not. That's where I was fucked up with politics for a long time, was thinking is this good or bad, right from wrong? It's not about that. It's all personal gain. It's the evil world we live in.
I think that loses the perspective, and it also loses respect for those people who feel that this election change is going to make a huge difference for a lot of people. Number one, I just want to say, you need to tap in a little bit more in the politics of education, the politics of healthcare, the politics of taxes, the legislation changes and differences.
I am tapped into those things. I am tapped into actual policy. One of the only few politicians I think who cared about getting those policies changed was Bernie Sanders, and she's a Bernie supporter too, so I rock with her for that. But there's very few, the difference between Biden and Trump is not a policy thing. Biden does not care about healthcare. Biden doesn't care about student debt. Neither does Trump.
It's between Democrats and Republicans. It is so complex that to say that we should not invest our time and energy, and to say that Biden and Harris are losers, it just is so simplistic, and then you completely lose the point of how complex politics actually is.
You're saying nothing now. I mean, being honest, calling what I said simplistic, okay? I feel like I'm sitting in a teacher's conference right now, and you're lecturing me about my bad behavior. It's you're not going to change my mind.
I would just want you to think about, if you are not a student of political science, and if you are not a politician yourself, maybe it would be best to refrain from saying these simplistic statements.
So I have to be a politician to talk about politics? Come on, lady. First of all, Trump won the presidency not being a politician, so you don't need any credibility from political science degrees to talk about this stuff. Come on.
Because you have an influence of over 800,000 people, I saw.
You know the vibes.
And that's influencing a lot of young minds. So be careful, be prudent with your words. You're a really smart person, but you're still young. So do your research, read, learn.
Yo, this is exactly what all of my teachers would say in my meetings. I'd get in trouble for throwing a snowball through a window or some shit, or cyberbullying a kid, and then they'd sit me down and talk to me exactly how she's talking to me now.
Read, learn, have your experience. Go out and be a politician.
You're big broing me right now. I get it. You're older. You've seen more shit than I have. Okay.
Because you are absolutely wrong. Even me as a white person, a woman, having Trump in office for 4 years affected me greatly.
How though? But how though? If it did, if you let the president affect your life, you're kind of a loser. You got to change whatever that is then. Work around that. Don't let somebody else influence your life to that level.
For the most part, Trump didn't change a lot of my daily life. And a lot of your daily, if you're American, Trump didn't change a lot of your day-to-day life. Unless you're a Mexican kid in a cage right now on the border. But he was a social media president. He was divisive. He made shit look and seem crazy online. Outside of that, daily life never changes. And seem crazy online.
Bro.
Daily life never changes based on the president. If you're too invested in this corrupt ass broken system, you're a loser. I'm reading this book right now called
I want to know from you, I want you to show me in your next video why you think this is a corrupt ass political system. across the board, you're saying that the whole political system here in America is a corrupt system.
Okay. Want me to tell you how? First off, you're a Bernie supporter, so you know that they rigged it against him. The whole super delegate, that was all rigged. They handed it to Hillary in 2016. They did the same thing in 2020. They handed it to Biden. It's crazy because it's like Joe Biden instantly won the primary. Do you know anybody who voted for Joe Biden in the primary? Do you know anybody? Two, the voting system is also completely broken. The Electoral College means that, like, people are getting mad at me that I didn't vote in New York City. It's always going blue. My vote does not matter here. Your vote matters in maybe 10 places, and even then it still kind of doesn't matter. They did these mail-in ballots, and then they waited till the actual election day to count them when they had them sitting for like a month. Like, why didn't you just count these before? Why are you letting this chaos ensue? You're going to let, like, the decision of the president just going to be up in the air for weeks on end? You should have counted that the day you got them. Why can't we just vote on our phones? If I can go and log into my bank account on my phone, I should be able to swipe right, swipe left. It should be that simple. I shouldn't have to go wait in a gym.
You need to think about that. You need to look. Go to all 50 states. Check it out. Check out the amazing progress that America has made. Yes, there is corruption. But if you look back 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 25 years ago, check out and see the progress that's been made. It's worth it. I don't think you'd be saying the things you're saying if you really did your research. Because there are some really hard-working Republicans and Democrats.
That's just a non-argument right there, that people who are older than you, who think they're smarter than you, always say, like, you should do your research. It's kind of patronizing. It's just like, I'm smarter than you. I've read, and you haven't. Research what? Clue me in. Tell me what I'm not aware of. Do your research. Nah, fuck out of here.
Libertarians and Green Party. I mean, basically, don't you think that if we were a pluralistic country with many different parties, including a feminist party, a Green Party, business party, whatever, and each got a fair amount of time, wouldn't that make this country a lot more interesting?
Yeah, you're kind of agreeing with me. I said it's a corrupt system that we can only rely on two parties, the Republican and the Democrat Party, which most of us don't like at all. You're right. Instead of saying do your research, just you seem like you want to disagree with me. I think we're on the same page in a lot of ways, but just the way I'm talking is kind of making you facepalm.
Instead of just Democratic and Republican that end up on the ballots at the end of every 4 years. So let's be a little bit more deep in our thinking and more creative.
I just want to sit around and think about deep stuff.
Right now called the 48 Laws of Power. And I'm on the chapter right now where they're describing cult leaders and how easy it is to grow power just by saying really vague.
You just read a book and it seems to have affected you deeply. And if you agree that having a cult leader is no good for our country, you could have used the power and the privilege of your vote to remove that person from power. But you didn't.
I'm not... Your vote does not have power, man. I changed just the way I view... I said this before. I just changed how I view it as right and wrong. Good or bad. No, I don't think it's good to be a cult leader and lie to millions of people and make them fall into your illusion, but I respect that as a businessman. Like, that's fucking genius. I respect it. That you got that many fucking broke white people to believe that a billionaire New Yorker was their champion, that's genius. Like, I think that's fucking cool. Is it good or bad? Who cares?
Vague and mysterious things that correspond with greatness. And it's funny because the book was written in 2007 and I feel like Trump read it and just used that as the blueprint for his whole campaign. Make America great again? When was it great? How do we make it great? It's always...
Also, shout out to Ghosty for this beat. Ghosty, I met him in London. One of the top drill producers right now.
It's unclear and mysterious. And as long as you're just enthusiastic, people attach their own meaning to what you're saying. People start attaching...
You have to define what you feel is great. This is about you and your opinions. And everybody has, of course, their own. For a religious person, great might mean for rules to be according to biblical standards. But for a scientist, that might mean something completely different. So for an environmentalist, great might mean that we really work hard.
I don't think Shahid knows what I just said, because you're not, that's not what I'm, okay. My point was that the slogan MAGA, Make America Great Again, is vague and doesn't mean anything, so that everybody can take what they think great is and attach it to that slogan, Make America Great Again. That's what I'm saying.
On healing our planet and not having as many forest fires, floods, and extreme weather. So let's look at that word great. How do we make a country greater? Isn't it by allowing a country as wonderful as America is to have universal health care, free education? That's what a lot of world-class industrial countries have now, and we are embarrassingly not there. So there's a lot that we're lacking. To me, it would be great if we could catch up with the countries that...
She got a weird accent, right? Like, where's she? I have no idea where she's from.
...have created a lifestyle for their citizens that includes peace of mind and a quality that is so much higher than what we have achieved here. It wouldn't be a bad idea to look at those countries, all right? Even there's a little corruption there, they're still moving ahead with their great system and policies.
Attaching things like God, freedom, people attach whatever they want to your vague idea of bigly great. I understand if you're calm, you're in a house and you just want things to be easy and normal because you want a simple life. Then I understand that you want Biden and you're happy that Trump is gone. But my channel and a lot of you who I think relate to me,
wanting Trump gone, I don't think that for the majority of us it's about having a calm and peaceful life. I think that it's more complex than that, and people are more intelligent than just feeling like they want to be calm and peaceful. Having Trump as a president was much more than just that. It was an anxiety over our future and what he was...
Yeah, the opposite of anxiety is calm. Like,
creating for our children and grandchildren by doing all the different kinds of things that he was doing. And that includes his foreign policy, his domestic policy, his business policies and infrastructure. Also his policies around religion and women's rights, for example. Calmness and peace, I think, comes when we will have an intelligent statesman, stateswoman who can bring this country back to a united force, to one that looks into the future and is realistic. And I think there's a lot of that in Biden.
you're always on the come up. You're always thinking about getting more money, power, respect. You want to move up in the world. And anybody who's really trying to move up is wasting their time involving themselves in politics. It's broken through and through. Fuck the Democratic Party because they screwed over Bernie Sanders and I can never support them again. I would never vote for somebody in the Democratic Party because of how corrupt they are, how phony they sound when they talk, how like uppity they feel because, oh, we're not racist. They're the racist ones. You're racist too. Just because you have gender pronouns in your bio doesn't mean you're woke. It's getting me tight that people are hyped that Kamala Harris is like the first black female vice president. Whatever, man. She locked up thousands and thousands of people for weed charges. She could suck a dick, man. Biden is 77. He voted for the Iraq war and he signed a bill that says you can't declare bankruptcy on student debt. They both suck. They both suck. You should not be happy that Biden is the president. This is not the man. That's all I gotta say.
So, Sneako, doing great work, and hey, I'll be right by your side trying to get Bernie back into the politics.
He's too old. It's over for Bernie, man. The dude is nah.
And at least somebody similar to him with those kinds of views. Maybe
Tulsi Gabbard. I fuck with Tulsi Gabbard. I like Yang. I think she says AOC.
Maybe AOC will be out.
Yeah, AOC. I don't know. Something smells a little fishy about her. You know what I'm saying? Like I get some phony vibes from her, but she seems nice.
Be our heroine, but for now, I'd say do more work, check out other countries, and even more our states, and really get to know more politicians and see upfront what kind of work they do. Okay, good luck and be optimistic. Yeah, stop pretending to be so cool. Okay.
Thank you for that ending. I needed that. Let me hear it one more time.
Yeah, stop pretending to be so cool.
Alright, I like you.
Dismal about this whole political system.
Alright, you're boring me. Cool. That's it. I like this lady. I hope she sees this. Keep reacting to my videos. What's her name? Rachel Long.